This guy just doesn't stop, man. The sheer amount of ridiculousness that we hear from LeBron James is really wild, right? So this is something I've said multiple times on this show, and even before the Mind the Game podcast started with the first season with JJ Redick, right? I don't know if you saw that episode or whatever, but one of the first things I said was, this show is not going to be, it's supposed to be about X's and O's and about basketball. I said it's not going to be that. It's going to be another LeBron propaganda tool, right? Because if we go back and we watch, last season they did some X's and O's stuff, but it seems like this season they're doing even less of that, right? But all it is a LeBron glaze session, right? All it is some way for LeBron to literally glaze himself. I didn't know that was possible. and you know, for the other members, the other people that are on the show, namely Steve Nash, and I guess they brought Luca along for some this time. Yeah, for real. Shout out Charles, Steve. Get the honey. Run it up and down the hallway, slap at each other with honey, knock it over tables and twerking. You right? It's insane, man. But so yeah, this is like, this show is for nothing but to push LeBron propaganda. And I'm like, come on, man. You're not even keeping to what the point of the show was. I mean, you tell us that we don't appreciate the modern NBA because we've never been taught how to watch and enjoy basketball properly. Really? LeBron, I'm older than you. I was watching ball long before you were hooping, bro. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. Next up, man, this guy, he just Q. This guy just doesn't stop, man. The sheer amount of ridiculousness that we hear from LeBron James is really wild, right? So this is something I've said multiple times on this show, and even before the Mind the Game podcast started with the first season with JJ Redick, right? I don't know if you saw that episode or whatever, but one of the first things I said was, this show is not going to be, it's supposed to be about X's and O's and about basketball. I said it's not going to be that. It's going to be another LeBron propaganda tool, right? Because if we go back and we watch, last season they did some X's and O's stuff, but it seems like this season they're doing even less of that, right? But all it is a LeBron glaze session, right? All it is some way for LeBron to literally glaze himself. I didn't know that was possible. and you know, for the other members, the other people that are on the show, namely Steve Nash, and I guess they brought Luca along for some this time. Yeah, for real. Shout out Charles, Steve. Get the honey. Run it up and down the hallway, slap at each other with honey, knock it over tables and twerking. You right? It's insane, man. But so yeah, this is like, this show is for nothing but to push LeBron propaganda, and I'm like, come on, man. You're not even keeping to what the point of the show was. I mean, you tell us that we don't appreciate the modern NBA because we've never been taught how to watch and enjoy basketball properly. Really? LeBron, I'm older than you. I was watching ball long before you were hooping, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, the disrespect is wild. Now, am I sitting here saying that I know more about basketball than LeBron James? No. I'm absolutely not saying that, right? No, I'm not saying that. That said, just because I don't see it how you see it, and just because I have the benefit of having watched multiple eras, right? I started watching basketball in the 80s, so that means 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. This is now my 5th decade watching the NBA, right? Like, wow. Come on, man. Come on. Stop. You don't get to tell me because I don't agree with the way you and a lot of the people in your generation played this game that I haven't been taught how to, watch the game properly. What are your thoughts on those comments and my general supposition that this show was all about and has been for, the first season and now this season pushing the LeBron propaganda? Where are you on that, Q?
Yeah, so in fairness, last season, I guess, I watched, like quite a few of the episodes because I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be that guy. It's like, man, I'm not
right. And I did. Right. I did too.
And so for that reason, I gave some time to look at least 3-4 episodes before I was like, bro, I can't do this, and stomach any more of it. And I honestly have not looked at any of it this season. But I can say from the 3 episodes and 4 that I watched last season, I appreciated we're sick of how basketball is being spoken of in the mainstream media, how there is no real breakdown of the sport and no teaching of the sport and, ways of understanding the sport a little bit deeper or from the player's perspective. And so we're going to do that here on Mind the Game. And I was like, oh, well, that is fresh. So let me tune in. And so I did some of the X's and O's conversation, from the clips that I've actually seen from this season, like you allude to because I haven't watched it. Well, you've verified that's not happening this season. So what happened to the X and O conversation? Now it is a literal glaze parade. All the clips that I are glaze parade, bro. I'm like, bro, what is going on here? You know what I mean? And it's not, I mean, I'm not above anybody talking themselves up proudly. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look, dude, I get it, bro. You accomplished something that's amazing and you want to tell people about it. Man, trust me, I'm certain I rub a lot of people the wrong way talking about my business and my show and like 9 years, bro, we doing this thing. You know what I mean? I know people hate to see me coming sometimes like this motherfucker. That's all they talk about is this business, and because I'm proud, right? So I understand that. But at the same time, I don't embellish the facts. I don't stretch the truth. You know what I mean? When it comes to what and I'm not out to make myself look better than anybody else who's entered the industry that I've been in or who has helped to prop up the industry that I'm in. By making what I'm doing sound like or making them sound inept. You know what I mean? As a result, nor am I ridiculing attendees of the show. Who maybe dislike it. I'm like, well,
people who literally put money in your pockets, Q? Those people who literally put money in your pocket?
Right. It's like, y'all just haven't been taught how to appreciate the entertainment that I'm providing on a basis. Like, what is that, bro? Like, if they're not, they don't like it, I got to tweak. I got to do some things. We got to change some stuff. I can't be like, it's y'all fault. So it's weird. But yeah, I guess I like, you know what I mean? To your point, I feel like it's just a propagandist machine to push and spin narratives. I remember when you've said it a couple of times, just to further push the LeBron narrative, and to almost rewrite history in real time.
Crazy.
Because there are a faction of people who, just LeBron could do no wrong. What he says is like, of course that's right. And if you guys have a problem with it, you're just a hater.
You're a hater.
Just kind of like, bro, now just take a step back from calling me a hater and understand things that I'm pointing out.
It can't.
But that he's lying or he's embellishing the truth. He's stretching the truth. And it's like, I understand what you're doing there, bro. Nice try. But so I can call that out without being a hater. And a lot of the clips that I've seen from this season are doing just that. You know what I mean? It's this retelling and rewriting of history, even the bag thing. You know what I mean? That I don't get a bag.
Tell them about that.
So I'm not even picking on I got 50 billion points because that's hyperbole. We understand that. It's like
right.
50 billion, we get that.
Right.
And the bag thing, bro, you don't have a bag. You know what I'm saying?
He knows that.
And it's okay that you don't have a bag because the point is is that you're still the all-time leader scorer in NBA history, and we respect it. It's dope. But don't try to claim that somehow we're looking at it wrong to say that you don't have a bag when you do not have a deep skill set. I mean, an extreme,
broad
arsenal of that you can go to get a shot anytime you want it, any way that you want it. And so just like Gilbert Arenas there earlier had the audacity, bro.
I haven't watched that yet. I saw it. I put it on my watch list.
Save yourself some time, because I was just annoyed listening to him suggest that no great has ever had a bag. And
that's what he said?
Yeah, bro. I was like, come on, bro. Like,
wait, that was his argument?
Yeah, bro. Bro, you see this jersey hanging over my head here? Something I got to have a bag? It's weird, bro. So I just
wow.
What happens when you have the Mind the Game podcast that you're getting us to subscribe to and listen to is this little weird retelling, and Gil's Arena and some of the others are just weird retelling of a little twisting of a reality and a truth that then people start running with. It's like, yeah, because ain't no great ever had one of y'all. Expect LeBron to have one. Jordan didn't have a deep bag. He got his move 2, 3, 4. That's like bullshit. That man had a bag. A bag, bro. I saw it. You can't tell me that he did not have it. I saw it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's the propagandist machine, bro. And LeBron knows what he's doing.
Oh, and my goodness.
Purposely on my channel, I've been boycotting doing episodes on this cat because I'm just sick of talking about him, bro. Because I know that he knows what he's doing. He knows
what he's doing. He absolutely knows what he's doing.
I'm not feeding his boy.
So right. So before we get into his latest lies, let me respond to the whole bag piece, right? And I was debating this with Edward earlier, right? Shout out Edward in the chat. So my thing is this, right? To your point, the guy has scored by far the most points in the history of the game. So credit due for that. Like there's no getting around that, right? Cool. That said, and this was my argument, for the level that he's supposed to be on, for the all-time great offensive players, he's got the worst toolkit. Like he's just missing things. Like all you have to do is watch this dude play, like seriously, right? His footwork is poor. His balance is off when he shoots his jump shot, which is why it took so long for him to get a consistent jumper. Like just look at his body. His body's like always in this weird off balance position, right? Like when you watch the great shooters, they're squared up, but LeBron is always like fading somewhere to the left or to the right. Like he's never quite right? That's why when he does that stupid like look down at the ball anyway. But the point is, I don't know if he tried to make that his go-to, whatever. But the point is, when you look at him commensurate with the other all-time great scorers and players, it's not close, right? So let's look at this. Does he have a better offensive toolkit than Hakeem? No. We know the answer is no. Does he have a better offensive toolkit than Kobe? We know the answer is no. Does he have a better offensive toolkit than Carmelo? No. We know the answer is no. Does he have a better offensive toolkit than KD? The answer is no. Does he have a better offensive toolkit than Michael Jordan? The answer is no. Does he have a better offensive toolkit than Larry Bird? The answer is no. Yeah. Like when you look at the other all-time greats, like it's not there. It's missing. And that's fine once more, because at the end of the day, he can look and say, yeah, but I scored more points than all them dudes, right? And I got 4 chips. And I've been to the finals 10 times, which if it was me, I wouldn't say I've been to the finals 10 times and I lost 6, but whatever. I mean, apparently that's okay now. But it's a thing. Losing does not matter anymore. So no, Edward, it's not Jesus Christ, are you listening? It's not about whether or not the game looks sexy. Pause. That has nothing to do with it. It's simply about the fact that, to Q's point, what he said earlier when he opened up the soliloquy about the bag, when you have that, you're able to get to a shot anytime, right? So you hear someone say Michael Jordan didn't have a bag. No, Michael Jordan didn't need to dribble 132 times back and forth between his legs and lull the defender to sleep like James Harden. The best offensive players are the guys who dribble once or twice and can get a shot off and score. Those are the absolute best offensive players, right? And then those same players, if they need to, they can go to something else if they have an elite defender that can stay with them, right? Kawhi Leonard has a better offensive toolkit than LeBron James does. Like all these guys have better offensive packages, than LeBron James. And that's not a slight. I don't know why he has to take that in. Well, I know why. He's a very insecure dude. It's obvious. But the point is, it's all right, y'all get what I'm saying with this bag thing. I'm getting irritated. But what my main point is that whole bag thing, I don't know why he felt the need to say that, but you know what? I'm not mad because I can be petty myself. So, LeBron doesn't have a bag, but I got 50 billion points. You know what, LeBron? Shout out to you. Matter of fact, and I'm being serious. Yes, you have tons of points. You are by far the most prolific scorer in the history of the game. So shout out to you for that, LeBron. Yes. So,
but you're back.
Seriously? All right. Anyway, so all right. So let's get back to what we were talking about. So you pushed me down that rabbit hole with the bag thing, Q. But so we're talking about how this whole business of the Mind the Game podcast is nothing but one big propaganda arm for LeBron and his crew or whatever, right? So I think it was the most recent episode, he's talking about how he never got involved with his kids' coaches. So I'm trying to look at this a couple ways, right? Is he saying very specifically, I never got involved with my kids' coaches, or is he saying I never got involved with, my kids' development as basketball players? Like I'm trying to figure it out because LeBron we know he's very smart and very careful with the way he parses his words. Would you agree with me on that, Q?
Yep.
Right. So even though we catch him lying a lot, he's also a dude that can say, well, that's not what I said. I said this, right? But we know we know what that is, right? But anyway,
right.
The point is, Young Disciple, what's up, Young Disciple? Appreciate you in the chat, man. The reason it's important is because this dude that so many people worship consistently demonstrates low character. At the end of the day, if you're constantly out here lying publicly, you're consistently demonstrating low character. That's the problem. And this is somebody that kids look up to, and unfortunately, a lot of grown men look up to, and it's bad, right? And this is somebody that the media constantly lies about, the mainstream media, talking about this, that, and the third. But at the end of if you want to come out here and lie, and you want to come out here and use your show as a propaganda arm, you're putting it out there. Not you, but LeBron. I have a right as a content creator. I have a right as a trained and credentialed journalist to come out and say, yo, this is not the case. So that's why it's important, because I want it to be. And it's my show. That's why. But in all seriousness, this guy is, I don't understand. So he says that, he never got involved with his kids' coaches. So we're going to listen to the clip. It's about a minute and a half, and we'll jump in a couple spots, and then we can come back and talk about it. So, all right, let's check it out.
I've never got involved with my kids' coaches.
Mm-hmm. That's for them.
From Bronny growing up to where he is now, and Bryce.
Okay, see, so lying out the gate, right? So we know he got Darvin Ham fired, so he could bring in JJ Redick, right? So JJ Redick could be, basically puppet on a string in terms of dealing with Bronny, right? So, all right, let's continue.
On his way to Tucson, to Arizona, I've never got involved.
So he says he never got involved, right? But we know for a fact, because it's been put out there by Kendrick Perkins, it's been put out there by Tim Hardaway Sr., that's how Bronny James got on the McDonald's All-America team, right? So, this stuff is easily debunkable, right? Is debunkable a word? Let's say we can easily debunk these things that LeBron says, because it's all out there. And I truly believe that this is a dude that subscribes to no such thing as bad publicity. Why? Because everyone is still talking about the dude, right? And so he's like, yo, as long as my name stays in the cycle, we're good. So, all right, go ahead.
Went to a practice and sat through practice the whole time to see how my son was being utilized. I never got on the phone with the coaches. Listen, he's there. Coach my son. Coach him however you want to. And I think you need to hold him accountable. I hope you hold him more accountable than any other kid here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hold my son accountable. Okay. But when Stephen A said what he said, he ran up on him ready to fight. Or not ready to fight. Let me not say that, because he didn't make any physically threatening gestures, or, he didn't accost the man. But he ran up on him with a profane tirade, right? We saw that. I did a number of shows, 2 hours apiece, discussing and breaking all that stuff down. So hold my son accountable, but you actually don't want your son held accountable. And if you're LeBron, why would you want your son held accountable when you don't want to be held accountable? You, man, help me out here. Help me out here.
He's lying, bro.
30 seconds in and I'm totally lost. Help me out.
Nah, he's lying, bro. It's a really interesting thing that happens when a person starts talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, you know, especially a pathological liar and a person who is so used to just embellishing, you know, the kind of stretching the truth and embellishing a lot. If you just listen to him long.
I think I lost you, Q. Okay, I think Q froze up there, so we're gonna wait for him to get back. But yeah, it's I don't. It's like you listen to this guy talk, and the untruths are so consistent. It's crazy. It is crazy. What's up, Brandon? Brandon Bryce says, why is this a topic when there's a video of him walking the sidelines yelling at the kids when they're playing as if he's the coach, and because he's LeBron, no coach is going to turn down his help? Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Well, there you go. Steve, you stupid. Steve says Clutch muted Q. Clutch acted and muted Q's mic. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, Q dropped out. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. That is funny. That is funny. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue with LeBron's commentary from Mind the Game.
You know, and say what the fuck you need to say, no matter how it's being said, because it's not, sometimes it's not. If you could just take the message, and not about how he said it, just take the message out of it.
Okay, what does that mean? Somebody in the chat, please tell me what he means, when he says take the message out of it. Not how he says, but take the message out of it. Normally it's the converse, right? Normally it's, don't disregard how it's said, but take the message, because the message is what's important, right? So if somebody's coaching your son, isn't the message what matters? Like, why would you say take the message out of it? Is this you trying to sound intelligent and failing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Please, someone help me here. Take the message out of it. What is the point of a message that has no message? Like I tell you, one thing that irks me is people trying to sound smart and failing. Like, just keep it simple. Don't try to sound smart if you can't get there, because what happens is you really end up looking dumb, and that's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to do. So yeah, that's kind of weird. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, Q's back. What's up, Q? We lost you for a second, brother.
Call that man a pathological liar, bro, and they kicked me off the internet.
Right? Steve said, "Clutch, cut your mic, bro."
Man, they hit them people's up like, turn this home internet off immediately.
Right.
Get them out of here.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, what I was saying, bro, was, yes, when you can validate, when you, as I saw Young Disciple was good, brother, but saying, that doesn't debunk anything and these kinds of things. It often might sound like folks are just kind of stretching and reaching to pick on this dude. But when the statements that he's making, you can just clearly look at, and now, like I said, this rewriting of history that I feel like he's trying to do through these things that he says on Mind the Game, you're like, bro, we have recent history that we can look right at that points to the fact that you have done and will do exactly what you're telling us that you don't do, or that you wouldn't do. You called the McDonald's All-American people and made sure that Bronny was on that McDonald's All-American team. So that alone, even if I didn't have any suspicion that you would have conversation, what parent is not going to have? My dad was nowhere near as good a basketball player as I was. And if I sit here and tell you that my dad never talked to my coaches, bro, I will be a fucking liar. He talked to so you going to tell me that LeBron James ain't going to talk to his kids' coaches? Like, come on, bro. My dad would say, bro, you're not using them properly. Or why you letting them shoot so many jump shots? So that's my dad would say. Let him get down there. He's skilled down there. Let him do, you know what I mean? So, and he wasn't me. He couldn't play the game as well as I could. And so you're telling me that a guy like LeBron James ain't got no commentary. He has no input, no feedback for the coaches that are coaching his child. So even as I say all of that, Bruce, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give you the mic back.
Yeah.
The proof that goes against him saying as much is the fact that he wouldn't even let Bronny stay at USC. he wouldn't even let this kid stay at USC because he says, in his own words, he didn't think that Bronny could learn anything from the college game. So now you're telling us that you know better than the college coaches that would have been working with this kid. So what do you mean you don't have any input or you don't get in the way? You lying, bro.
It's too easy. Wow, great point. Great point, Q. So Young Disciple says LeBron is saying disregard how it's being delivered, right? So let's go back. I went back a second. Let's go back and listen to what LeBron says again, because I know Young Disciple likes to protect LeBron, but that doesn't match up with what LeBron's saying. So let's hear it.
What the fuck you need to say, no matter how it's being said, because it's not. Sometimes it's not. If you could just take the message, and not as about how he said it, just take the message out of it. I think that builds character as well. And I think it's part of the reason why they are where they are at their stages in their lives.
So he says, take the message out of it. I don't like, how is that saying disregard how it's delivered? He says, take the message out of it. The message is the most important part. Like, I don't get that.
No, he's saying for his instruction to his boys. So listen, doesn't matter how the coach is talking to you. Doesn't really matter if the coach jumps in your ass. Take his message, not the delivery of the message.
Oh, okay.
Right. I understand what he's saying with that. I agree with that.
Okay, I did not thank you for clarifying, because I really didn't understand that. All right, but this gets better though. So let's continue.
Yeah.
This gets
better. Babying your kid. Yep. And always, thinking that your kid is this and thinking your kid is that.
Whoa. Always thinking your kid is this and your kid. See, you're laughing because you know what's about to happen here. You're laughing because you know. So.
It just keeps getting stickier, bro. I'm telling you, like Bruce, I let in to say, the more you let these people talk, man, the more they put their foot in it, bro. It's like, bro, just quit.
Yes.
Stop talking, bro. Bro, you already in it thick, bro. Stop. Just quit. Hey, somebody should have been on set with him, like,
oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
This dude consistently walks into the punji pit. It's crazy.
Easy,
so
bro.
these, you know what? Before I even let's go back 10 seconds and let's hear this again.
Are where they are at their stages in their lives. Babying your kid. Yep. And always, thinking that your kid is this and thinking your kid is that.
Always thinking your kid is this and your kid is that. Is this not the same guy? I want to clarify here. I want to make sure I got this right. This is not the same guy putting out tweets saying when he was in high school that Bronny was better than some of the guys he's watching in the league on League Pass right now. When Bronny was in high school, that he could help the Lakers win right now. These are tweets that LeBron put out. I'm not making this up, am I? Because, I'm going to get accused of making stuff up because I'm a hater and I wake up every morning to hate on another black man and I don't want to see LeBron eat and all. Like, I could take food from LeBron, right? No one cares what I'm saying. No one cares. So I want to make sure that I'm not making up those tweets. Did I dream those? Help me out, Q.
Yeah, you misconstruing what he actually said, Bruce. That's the problem.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You reading out of context, bro. You read a little too deep. Ain't even that serious, bro.
Just the fact that he said that when Bronny was in high school, that Bronny was better.
He said shit lightweight hilarious. I mean, he was joking.
Oh, you know what? Yo, Q, man, see, that's why I rock with you, sir, because you get me right when I'm okay. You got it.
That was a joke, bro. You know,
it was a joke. Okay, all right, cool.
And not allowing coaches to coach them, and not allowing people to be hard on them. And as soon as a coach or someone says something to them, you pull them and go somewhere else. Right. Or as soon as someone says something bad about your kid, you're the first person to go talk in his face. It's like,
Is this not the same dude that told Stephen A, that's my effing son, stop talking about my effing son? And then he says,
coach or someone says something to him, you pull them and go somewhere else. Right. Or as soon as someone says something bad about your kid, you're the first person to go talk in his face. It's like, are you?
You cannot make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Yo,
It's
like,
pathological, bro. It's not. He's special. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you better chill for your mic go out again, Q.
bro, he's special, bro. Like, it almost feels like picking on a special needs person at this point, bro. I promise, bro. It's like, I told you, Bruce, I don't like to argue, right? I don't like to argue with people.
Yeah, you did say that.
Real life, because I'm just like, it's a waste of energy, man. Then I'm gonna want to fight because I'm from the streets, bro. I'm from DC. You gonna send me back to the teenager? I'm be like, bro, you trying to knuckle up away? I ain't got time to keep going back and forth.
Right.
But, my thing is when people want to engage in arguments, I'll ask like verbal sparring back and forth. I say, can you hear yourself? Now that's the question I always ask them. Do you hear yourself? Because I just heard you contradict yourself, and I just want to make sure that you heard what you said, because I heard what you said as I was sitting here listening. And so that's what I'm often thinking when I'm listening to LeBron. I'm like, bro, do you hear yourself talking, bro? Or do you just talk? He just talk. Like, do you hear you just said you don't do what we saw you do 3 months ago. Literally, bro. Just 3 months ago, bro.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Crazy. You know what's neat? It's funny that you say that, because a big part of why I'm like on this the way I am, honestly, and I've said this on this show before, I'm sure you've heard me say it, is that it really bothers me that he thinks people are stupid. Like, real talk. It really bothers me that he think, but a lot of people are, but I'm not. And he's not gonna, not me. It's just crazy to hear this stuff. It's right there. But let's wrap up the last few seconds of this clip. That was wild, man.
You fucking go come from there.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, really, life is way more no's than yes. If our kids aren't used to hearing no, like, how are they going to survive when they're adults?
Wow. I'm blown away, pause, by this whole thing. Like, that is man. Like, I listened to that before, and it's funny because it seems to get worse every time you listen to it. Real talk, like, wait a minute, I didn't even catch that last time. Wow. Let's take a second and give a shout out to It's Not That Serious. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate you, brother. It's Not That Serious said, LeBron is an abject liar, literally. I mean, I don't know how anybody can argue that when I have done show after show exposing him and Rich Paul's lies. Like, it is too easy, right? And remember, when we talk about lying, there's the intent to deceive. This is not misspeaking or, being slick with the wordplay. There's a legitimate attempt to deceive because it's so blatant and obvious and ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this. This is insane. Mr. Realist. I think that's absolutely it. Yeah, man, this is wow. Okay, so man, that was crazy. Young disciple, none of this has anything to do with the game of basketball. Okay, so you got it. None of it has anything to do with the game of basketball.
Bruce, nope. Exactly, young disciple. None of it has to do with the game of basketball, but LeBron is making content about it. And so we talk about it. Why are we the ones wrong for talking about? He ain't talking about the game of basketball when his podcast is actually supposed to be drawing up the X's and O's and breaking down the game of basketball. Instead, he's making content that has nothing to do with basketball. He's just fucking lying about nothing for no reason.
Right.
Come on, bro.
And you know what, Mr. Realist? That's a great point. That's something I've said on previous episodes. He's more than an athlete, right? So he wants to be evaluated for more than what happens between the lines. But when it comes to, people criticizing him, we can't do that because it should be only about basketball. Pick one. It's more than an athlete or it's not, right? If you're more than an athlete, we get to evaluate you for what you say and do outside of the lines as well. Thank you, Miss Aries. I Miss the Realist. I forgot about that. That's something that I had talked about previously, but man. Woo. All right, let's do this. Let's take a couple calls. I know Chief is going to call. I don't know who else can call, but let's go ahead. Y'all know the number, 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. Let's go ahead and take a couple of calls on this. Edward, what's good, brother?
What's going on, sir?
What's going on, man?
DC, man, man, you can't. Hey,
Yo, DC is popping, DC is popping.
Hey, nah, man, man. Harlem's where it's at. Nah, hey, yo, DC, hey, right now, bro, you is money making Mitch's uncle right now, and I already told Bruce he Calvin.
Wow.
Your name is Calvin right now, man. Y'all took up a whole bunch of hot takes right now. So let me start with this.
Yeah, let me hear it. Pause. Let me hear what you got.
Bruce, you telling me that you like SGA's game, but you do not like LeBron's game.
That's exactly what I said. Why is that so difficult for you to understand?
But you gotta like them to know them. Like
no,
SGA to...
no. I didn't say nothing about him as a person, right? When I say I get where you're going, but when I say I don't know LeBron, it's because people are like, oh, you hate LeBron. You hate LeBron. No, I don't know LeBron to hate him, right? I don't know him. But I say I like SGA's game. I didn't say anything about SGA as a person. I don't know the dude. I don't know.
But his game is style of play and him as a person. So I'm not.
What? That's two different things, man.
Okay, bro.
A lot of people say that Mike was a jerk, right? A lot of people say that. I don't know Mike, but I love Mike's game. I don't know him as a person. You never hear me talk about him as a person, okay, though.
Okay. Now let's go. Now y'all talk about all this stuff about what LeBron lied about and all that. I want to know about this part when he said about a bag. What do y'all consider a bag?
Oh my gosh!
Is it going 17 dribbles and 3 across the leg and it looks so pretty in the air? I mean, like what is that? Is that what y'all consider a bag?
We already explained it to you. Go ahead, Q. Handle that.
I'm just going to say very simply, Ed Triple OG. Look, bro.
Man, hey yo, I told you, you money making Mitch uncle right now, man. You
damn, he call you ice, bro. Damn, that's foul.
Bro. Come on,
bro. A bag is an arsenal. It means you can score in a multitude of ways. I'm not talking about dribbling the basketball 17 times. That's what Gilbert Arenas and his boys also. They try to say, yeah, and LeBron even tried to clean it up a little bit in his commentary about it by saying, yeah, I was taught to get to it in as little dribbles as possible. That's not just a bag. The fact that I don't have to dribble, I can get a 2-3 dribble combo going to score. That's a part of my bag. That I can score in the post over the right shoulder fadeaway, over the left shoulder pump fake, up and under, dude. That's a part of my bag. That's an arsenal that I can score in a multitude of ways. Off the dribble, pull up in the mid range, long range, pull up 3-point. That's a bag. It's a consistent bag where I can get it from anywhere on the court. Kevin Durant has a bag. He don't have a spot.
Melo had a bag.
The way that he has to score the basketball, he has a bag. So that means he's gonna get it how he live out there. That's how Carmelo got it. How Kobe got it. That's a bag.
Okay, cool. Okay. So let me ask y'all this: would you consider that all that as a bag? But is winning considered a bag?
Why are you hung up on this whole bag thing?
Yeah, I'm asking a question. You said you said so. Winning is not considered having a bag. Right?
No, that's a different thing entirely.
No, how come in it? I mean, you brought up Kevin Durant. You brought up Kevin Durant, Carmelo, and I love those guys. I love those guys, man. I don't want to hear about this. I don't care about that.
Bag equals offensive toolkit, Edward.
Like bag equals offensive toolkit for a guy who got the most points in the league.
Have you been listening to the show? Have you been listening to the show, Edward? You're just trying to argue right now. Because I'm not arguing, B.
Edward,
I believe we both gave LeBron his props for having had incredible statistical production across his career. We both did. I wasn't being facetious when I did that. You listen, nobody is saying, okay, this is what I said, and I'm a same thing I told you earlier. He does not have a bag commensurate with the other all-time elite scorers. There's no way around that. There's no way around that. So I don't understand why you're so bothered by this.
The all-time elite, okay, you said like the all-time elite scorers. Now, I give you MJ, I give you Kobe, but come on now.
Okay.
They won.
Dream,
they was winning.
Bird,
they winning.
KD. Come on, man.
They winning. I can't believe y'all not considering winning as a bag, though. I mean, hey,
No.
he
You don't understand what a bag is then. That's cool.
I do understand what a bag is. That's also in your bag. It's just winning is considered having a bag. How come that's not?
It's not. No, it's not. A bag is your offensive toolkit. What you can do in your offensive game to produce points, period. Winning is not a bag. Okay, wait. Okay. Let me make this simple for you. Did Dennis Rodman have a bag?
If we just talking about the way
did Dennis Rodman have a bag?
If you want to say consider it as a scoring, he does not. He does not have a bag.
Okay, Dennis Rodman has 5 championships. Winning is not part of a bag. Thank you. Next question.
No, but you want to consider you keep arguing my point about winning is not considered as a bag, though, Bruce.
Nobody has ever said that. Who says that? No one has ever said winning is part of a bag. No.
Okay, so you did not listen to what Chris Broussard said, who broke it down.
Oh my God. He did not say anything about winning being part of a bag. He didn't say that.
He didn't say that? I can see you so you didn't know
I watched the clip you sent. I watched the clip you sent me. I watched it.
Okay, winning, and you disagree with his point as well, too.
Oh my God.
Disagree with mine.
No, okay, Edward, you are fighting to defend your boo, and that's okay. I get it. But you're doing a very poor job here. So, what was your next question?
Hey, yo, I'm not doing a poor job, but I mean, all I'm just saying is that his offensive toolkit. I mean, of course, it looks ugly to you people, just because he drives the basket and all that. He just drives. It's ugly, y'all. It's not sexy.
It's not about Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, man, I don't care about that partner left pause. Look, man, you know we grown, man. We know. Come on, Bruce. We're not doing that.
It's not about. Go ahead, Q.
Hey, real quick. So I do want to clarify that too, because that's a part of like pushback and arguments for a lot of folks. They're saying, oh, because it doesn't look like everybody else's, or it doesn't look a certain way, or it's not fun, or there's no pizzazz or finesse to it. Y'all hating on it. Nobody is taking away from the fact that LeBron James Sr. can take the basketball, brother, and put it in the hoop.
He sure can.
To do that.
Nobody's done that more than anyone who's ever played before.
That doesn't mean that he can do so in a variety of different ways, because that would mean that he has a deep bag if he could do it in a variety of different ways. Did he have to do it in a variety of ways? No. Still to become the all-time leading scorer. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he can't. Jeez, that's it. It's very simple, bro. Did he have to? No, he didn't have to. It's really a moot conversation in that sense when you try to make that kind of a comparison and say, well, why do you need to have a bag? Nobody's saying that he needed to. We're just saying that he doesn't. And that's not a lie. It's not hating on to say it. The dude literally just needs to get within 3 feet to score the basketball. And he did that a whole bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not okay. So with him not shooting the long ball, not doing a good fadeaway, everything like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and all that, I get it, man. It doesn't look as appealing, but I understand what y'all are saying. But man, this is mad crazy right now.
Yes, we know it hurts you that we don't worship your boo. I get it.
I know, Bruce. Hey,
I know it hurts you,
hey,
but it's okay.
I know, but you can worship, all the other guys that have bags, though.
I don't worship anybody.
I get it, though.
I don't worship anybody. You know better than that.
Man, Bruce,
you know better than that.
Bro.
I'm a Muslim, bro. I don't worship anybody.
Yeah, I saw most definitely didn't worship that Fat Joe. God rest the dead. Those tracks you sent me was hot trash. That's all I'm gonna say.
You what? We gonna talk about this offline, brother.
Anyway, man, that's all that is.
We're gonna talk about this offline.
Nah, man, I'm gonna keep listening, but man, y'all keep cooking up. Hey, keep cooking up those hot takes, brother.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call,
cool, man. Y'all,
you be you,
y'all
man.
Don't need to be you, man. Oh man, woo, God rest the dead.
All right, brother.
My man.
Let me give a shout out to Chief Sid Bubba, then we'll get back to these calls. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Chief Sid Bubba. LeBron does not lie. He pulls an Obi-Wan on the media. Thank you for the super chat. Young Disciple, what's good, my brother? How are you?
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? Hello?
Yo.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, so bro, so tell me this, bro. Like, if it ain't important, nigga, why y'all stating it? Like, y'all putting a lot of emphasis on it. But like, I get what old dude saying, bro. It's like y'all parading that the bro don't got a bag, but it's like y'all killing y'all argument because like, how important is a bag? Explain that to me.
So I think I'll say this, right? I'm not going to speak for Q, but for me, right, having having a bag has always been important in basketball when you're on that level of elite player, right? Because you know that the defense is going to attack you, and defenses are going to double, sometimes triple team you. They're going to do everything they can to make it as difficult as possible on you. You're consistently going to have the best defender on you, so you have to be able in those situations to be able to, if you're going to attempt to score, continue to score, you're going to have to be able to get to your shots, get to your spaces, etc. And having the quote unquote bag increases your ability to do that at a high level. And I think that's why it's important.
You saying all that?
Yes.
You saying all that go for everybody except for LeBron? That's what you're saying?
So what I'll say is,
it's a simple yes or no question, bro. I'm just saying, does that go for LeBron? Because that's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all kind of like fighting your own argument. Like either it's important for LeBron or it's not.
So what I've said is this, and I think you missed it earlier, and I wasn't being facetious when I did it. I gave him his props for being able to do everything he's been able to do in his career.
That's
without,
cool, bro. I understand all that, bro.
Right.
We just talking about the bag right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's important.
Yes. And I believe I do believe it's important. Somehow he has managed to, he has managed to do everything that he's managed to do in terms of his statistical point production while being while having one of the weakest offensive toolkits of all the elite scorers of all time. He has managed to do that. So more power to him.
So again, Bruce, how important is it?
Well, it's been important for everybody else. It's been important throughout the history of basketball. So clearly it is important.
Okay, so what we saying? No. Because we talking about LeBron. We talking about everybody else right now. So you're saying that you saying that. So basically, what you're saying is that LeBron is the exception to that rule, right?
Yeah, I guess we can say that based on.
Okay, then so what we talking about, bro? What we talking about then, bro? Like I don't get it. That means hold on, bro. That means as far as LeBron goes, everything that you just said don't matter. That's what that means, bro.
I mean, okay, okay, cool. So let me, and I'm gonna let you go in a second, Q. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't matter, one, why are you calling to defend it? Right, we're talking about LeBron. Right. Why are you making such a big deal to defend it? And two, if it doesn't matter, why did he address it? If it doesn't matter. Clearly it matters to him, right?
Big bro, we're not talking about me or LeBron. We're talking about no. Listen, what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying we're talking about from what we seen. You just had a whole soliloquy, and then you admitted to saying that it like LeBron is the exception, right? You just said that, right?
Yes, I did say that.
Nigga, that's not judging. That don't got nothing to do with what LeBron said, nigga. That's us judging LeBron off LeBron's career. We're saying, nigga, that he's the exception to the rule. Nigga, so matters a damn, nigga, why he want to
do me a favor, chill with the N-word, bro.
Oh, all right, bro.
Matters
a damn, it don't. How much? It don't matter much. Why he want to address it? Me and you need ain't now one of us him. So I can't answer that. But what I'm saying is that judging from his NBA career, everything that you said, the reasons why having a bag is important. I'm just saying that it's proven that LeBron is the exception to that rule.
And that's fine, but that doesn't change the fact that he doesn't have it. So that at the end of the day, that's still the case.
And it doesn't change the fact that he didn't need it.
Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't.
Because y'all trying to say it like it's a slight. How fair would, answer me this question, bro. How fair would God be, right? Right? If he gave LeBron a bag. That don't even make no sense, bro. I'm saying with the LeBron that we know right now, right? You want him to have a Kobe Bryant bag?
How did Kobe Bryant get his bag, young disciple? God gave it to him?
I don't know. Man, I don't know, bro.
He worked for it.
I don't
Michael Jordan get his bag, young disciple?
Bro, he had to work for it.
He worked for it. LeBron James worked for a bag.
You can't argue that with a nigga that don't need a bag, bro.
Bro, listen.
You sound stupid. That sounds dumb as hell.
I just heard you say that, and I agree with you, which is why you're saying.
Stop talking to me about everybody else, bro. We talking about.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
You're giving me them arguments for everybody else. I don't care about Kobe Bryant, nigga.
But hold on. Hey, calm down, young disciple. Calm down. And let's hold off the N word. And you brought up Kobe. You brought up Kobe.
So to the point of what we're saying, you have Bruce admitted to LeBron James being an exception to a rule. So I want to address that, bro, because two things can be true. We're not fighting against our argument by saying it ain't no argument that LeBron James don't have a bag. He don't have a bag. He didn't work on a bag. He did not work on a deep offensive skill set that would have allowed him to score.
Bro, why y'all using this as a
bro? Come on, bro. You just got to check. Because bro, I don't want to hear all that, bro.
Hold on. You call in and you ask a question and Q's trying to answer. You got to let him.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely. And I don't want to hear you telling me that LeBron's some exception to some rule and God gave all these other people a bag when they didn't. They worked for him.
That's what Bruce said.
He did obviously score 40,000 plus points or 50,000 plus points. Nobody's saying that. But you just said it's us, because I'm just trying to point out something that you said, bro, but you won't let me get in, telling me you don't want to hear when you the one that said it. That's like you arguing like a woman. That's weird. I heard you say our judgment of LeBron James. Judgment of LeBron James. And so when we're judging and LeBron James is being judged against not only his career, but his career is being judged against the other people's careers who've come before me, other greats, then that's where the bag comes into play. Ain't nobody saying he had to have nothing. But if he's being compared to a Kobe, or they're trying to say he's the GOAT, he's better than Jordan, and all these people have bags, this is credence and proof as to how much better basketball players they were than him, because they could get it done in a multitude of ways. Did LeBron's lead statistical greatness? Yes, it did, bro.
But you can't.
Come on, bro.
You can't. I produce more than you.
Young disciple. Statistical greatness is only one facet, bro. You acting like nobody's giving them credit for the stats.
Hey, bro, the objective of the game, bro. I like that. Hey, bro, I'm gonna give you 2 claps when I get through, bro. Like for that little speech you just gave. Like, it was real cute. Hey, bro, the objective of the game, bro, is to put the ball inside the bucket. Like, that's the objective of the game, bro. Like that's why that's why you can't go to no credible publication, bro, and it mirror or it reflect like what dudes like you think. Like, bro, who cares about all that? Bro, you said hey, bro, I just let you talk, bro. I just let you talk, bro. Hey, you saying comparing LeBron to other greats, that's when a bag come into. No, it don't. Because I produce more. So if I produce more, I'm saying, how important was, listen, bro, how important was Kobe Bryant bag? How important was it?
Is that a question that you actually want to answer to?
No, it's kind of rhetorical. I'm saying it was important to you.
Because I have an actual answer for your rhetorical question.
Man, well, bro, but I'm not looking for no
bag led to 5 championships. Michael's bag led to 6 championships.
Oh, no, it didn't. No, it didn't, bro.
Yes, it did.
All right, hold on, fellas. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Young disciple, and Q. Let's not turn this into a LeBron Kobe debate. I appreciate.
No.
That's not where we're going with this, because I see where that's going.
Because you just lied.
Here we go. I also know where this is going because
I ain't talking about you, Bruce. I'm talking about you.
No, I got you, but I also see where you're going because you and I have had this discussion before, and I know you don't.
But he just,
I know you don't. I know that you don't. But listen, we got some more calls coming in, man, and I know.
2 minutes, bro.
I know.
2 minutes.
Listen, you got 1 minute. You got 1 minute. Go.
Like I'm saying, bro, when you say stuff, bro, don't lie, bro. Kobe didn't lead, nigga.
I knew
Kobe
where that
didn't
was
lead
going.
to 5. He didn't lead to 5 chips, bro. He led to 2. Nigga, I'm saying 3 of those, he had that rival uniform on. Let's not forget that, bro. LeBron, he didn't lead his team to 4.
Young disciple.
MVPs. Man, bro, he just said I got a minute, bro. You on the show.
You just stated what you thought was gospel, like what you say. I heard you.
Hey, Q, let him land his plane. Q, let him.
You want to be the only one to keep repeating the same thing that you said. You don't even heard what I'm saying. LeBron also wore a Robin on them super teams. Accept it. It's reality, bro.
Q, let him land his plane, man.
Hey, them Robin, bro, I can see, bro, them Robin rings, they really get to you, bro. But listen, bro, it ain't nothing I can do about that, bro. You see what I'm saying?
About LeBron's either, brother. LeBron's Robin rings are his Robin rings that he joined up on.
All right, listen, we not
act like they don't exist.
Gentlemen, we not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Let's.
Bruce. Okay, you tell me which one LeBron rings was a Robin ring?
We don't. Listen. We don't got time for that now, young disciple. No. I understand. Listen.
I'm talking about the weirdo.
Young disciple, chill, my brother. We got to take these other calls, man. I really appreciate it, though. I really appreciate it. I gotta let you go. All right. I gotta let you go, bro. But I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Young disciple always come with the heat and the passion, man. We appreciate the love, man. Brandon, Chief Sid Bubba, Nino, I think you were trying to call. Let's go ahead and get in here. We still got 2 topics left, so let's try to keep it brief, y'all. Brandon, what's going on, brother?
Let me hop in real quick and make it real simple.
Pause, bro. What you talking about? Let you hop on real quick, man. What you doing, man?
I said hop in, bro. Hop in.
Oh, okay. All right. Hop in. All right.
We're hop in to make it real simple, right?
Yes, brother.
Because the comment and the conversation is very simple. And people take out of context because of their love for LeBron. That's their opinion. That's their business. That's their problem. But if LeBron really had such a bag, he wouldn't have had the team with so many different top 75 All-Stars to get his championship. 1. 2, why a bag is important. The last caller was talking about how he needed. Look, when the game is on the line and you're the Warriors, you know that ball's going to Steph Curry 3 balls flash. If it was MJ, you knew there was a possibility to fade away, some type of magical layup or a clutch jumper. Same thing with Kobe. These bags are there. They have their bags, what they're great at, to help finalize the score, finalize the game. So all this conversation about, well, LeBron ain't needed, LeBron ain't this. Stop it. Take your love for LeBron out and admit this is just a comment. The comment was he does not have the bag that the greats had. With that said, Bruce, you proved the point when you said, would you say Dennis Rodman had a bag? No, but he got 5.
Right. So I don't know how people are trying to say like a bag is part of winning. Like that doesn't even make sense.
Duncan had the most fundamental bag there ever was.
Right.
It doesn't have to be flashy. It's your offensive skill set. Okay, for example, you knew if Mike was going to hit you with that fadeaway jumper, it was clutch. It was good. Same thing with Kobe. All right. You know, each guy has their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron does not have the. If you give LeBron the ball to win the game with the game on the line, you don't know if he's going to try to back you down and flop and hope for a call.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to step the jumper, or if he's going to do what he's known for, pass the rock. Because he's the most passing clutch player I've seen in my life. You know, Mike would not have given up half the shots that LeBron gave up.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that clutch shot. So the point you all are making is very simple. LeBron does not have a specific set of moves that he can go to where he needs automatic buckets. Yes, he can score at will, but he does not have that automatic set of play, whether it be a fadeaway, whether it be a back, he had the sky open.
Right.
He used Iceman and the finger roll.
Right.
Just that simple.
No doubt. You got anything else, bro?
Go Wizards and Commanders.
All right, B. I appreciate the call, brother. Thanks for the support, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Laker Nation, I see you. Chief Sid Bubba, I see you. We're gonna take calls from you two guys. Got to make sure you get in, and then we'll get to the next topic. So I'm waiting for y'all. Chief Sid Bubba and Laker Nation, go ahead and call back. I'm gonna make sure I get you guys in.
So real quick, Bruce, to that point.
Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
All right, rock with the call. Let's.
All right, Chief. Good evening, Chief. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing there, Q?
What's good, brother?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna disagree with both of you.
Okay,
Good.
I know you would.
No, but listen to what I'm gonna say. Now, I get what you're saying about having that consummate set of moves in comparison to other stars.
Mhm.
I get that. But the problem is I got facts backing me up.
Okay.
When LeBron scored 61 against Charlotte, 57 against Washington, 56 against Golden State, he didn't just all drive to the basket. Now, and then that 45, 15, and 5, he dropped on Boston.
Mm-hmm. Why you gotta keep bringing that up, man? Nah, go ahead, man.
I love sticking it to a Celtics fan.
Facts. Not mad at that. Go ahead, brother.
Yes. What I'm saying is, now, he showed those skills, but to you guys' point, he don't do it all the time. LeBron James' game is super simple. He's gonna go downhill.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna call for a screen. You're gonna have to make a decision. Somebody gonna collapse on him. He's gonna pass it off. Very simple game, but very effective. Because guess what? You guys didn't dispute this. Best guy going downhill, going to the rim. Can we say that? One of the greats.
One of the greats, yeah. I'm not ready to say best, but one of the greats, yes.
One of the greats, right. So in that, he has a bag, but does he go to it? No. He's going to do the same going downhill, dribble. Sometimes he dribble off his foot, like to say.
Does it a lot, but go ahead.
But that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Simplify the game. Game easy. And that's what you want. And a lot of times, you don't want, I wouldn't want LeBron to play like Kobe. If he's 6'9", 270, I want him down there being a bully.
Mm-hmm.
Makes perfect basketball sense to me.
Hey, Sid, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Most threes I ever hit in a single basketball game was 5. 5. I never hit more than 2 threes in another game for the entire time that I played. More than 2 in any other game.
Okay.
Could I say that I have a 3-pointer as a part of my bag?
You can use it.
I can use it.
I'm just saying for all the other moves.
You didn't give me a definitive yeah. Oh, hell yeah, Q, you could. Yeah, 3-pointers a point. You said you can use it.
But Q, I'm from the old school. I ain't really big on threes like that. I ain't a big 3 guy. To me, they shoot too many. That's why the Pacers lost. So I'm not a big. Huh?
The point that I was making is, unless it's a thing that I do efficiently and that I can go to at will to score, because I heard LeBron can score at will going to the basket, and that's the point of having the bad conversation, because LeBron cannot score at will going to the basket. If he could, he'd have more than 50,000 points. When Dallas stopped him from going to the basket because his offensive skill set was so limited, and the way that he got his points doesn't negate 45, 15, and 5 that he scored against Boston. Doesn't negate the 61 that he had against Charlotte the night that he shot out of his mind. Doesn't mean that he did not have those great games, but that's not a part of his consistent bag. Kobe Bryant went to a consistent bag, brother. Come on, man. I don't know why people act like they don't understand stuff, or that they didn't see the games that we saw play. Like that you haven't watched 23 years of LeBron James playing basketball, bro. It's like people arguments like we're somehow hating on the dude. He don't need to have it. It's like we've watched him get shut down, and if he would have worked on his bag, he wouldn't have got. He definitely have more than 4 rings. They didn't win most of those championships because LeBron couldn't deliver because he had a weak fucking bag. And when they stopped him from going downhill to score, he couldn't score. That's the reality. I don't care how you how people digest it, bro. It's true.
What I'm saying is, Q. I'm just saying he demonstrated that he could. That's what I was saying.
Right.
Fair enough,
Hello?
but let me interrupt you, Chief. Let's move off this bag thing because we really got.
I'm going to the second one.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your commentary about his lies, his continuous lies.
LeBron doesn't lie.
What
he does, wait, hold on, Bruce.
Okay.
He pulls an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan, you know what Obi-Wan says to Luke? You know, Darth Vader killed your daddy.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's what it is. So what he does, he tells the truth from a certain point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So in his mind, and I think, and you're big on it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm listening to you, Chief.
Okay. So what he does, he's gonna stretch the truth down. I ain't gonna lie for my boy. You know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. LeBron gonna stretch it. He gonna try to add extra color. He gonna try to soften it up. He gonna try to throw some Lowrys. He gonna try to throw some on that material. But does he maliciously lie to deceive you?
Yes. LeBron don't stretch the truth, Chief. LeBron is a contortionist with the truth. Come on, Chief. How many shows do I have to do with him and Rich Paul? I mean, I just go through piece by piece. Lies. Come on, man.
Bruce, they're being very disingenuous.
There you go. Which is lying.
But the reason I say that, I don't think he really sees that he's lying.
You don't think?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
At certain times, he says so much stuff. I really think he believes it.
He does.
I think that's
logical.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give you that. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. When Obi-Wan told Luke that, I mean, Obi-Wan, did he kind of lie?
Right.
But did he have a certain point? Is how you view it. Now, you know, so that's what I'm saying. LeBron don't lie. He don't try to do that. But will he stretch the truth?
Woo!
Yeah. Will he glaze it up a little? Oh, yeah.
Man, listen.
Hamming it up.
What he doing with the truth? He look like Dawson from Street Fighter out here. That's what he doing with the truth. If you call that stretching, man.
He's stretching. You know, he almost oxidated it. But I'm just saying.
Okay, Chief. All right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Star Wars.
All right, Chief. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you live with that. I'm gonna let you live because you're my guy, man. Man, you need your shipmate here to protect you on that one because that was bad, man.
You know what I'm saying, Bruce. You said I'm being a little disingenuous.
No doubt, Chief, man. I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you so much, man. All right.
Okay.
All right, Nino and Laker Nation. We're not moving off of this topic until I hear from Laker Nation. We got to get you in here, man. And Nino, if you want to call back, you call back as well. Those are the only two calls I'm taking before we move on to some NFL talk, all right? Nino, and there we go. Laker Nation, my brother, how you doing, man? I wanted to make sure I heard from you. Laker Nation. Laker Nation.
Finally got through.
Yo, mute the TV, mute the YouTube in the background, man.
It is me.
Okay, cool. Now we kept you kept calling while I was on the phone, but I wanted to make sure I heard from you, man. What you got, brother?
Yeah, man. Let me get this off my chest. I was just in here laughing so hard I had to compose myself. Before we get into the LeBron lie topic, let me point some facts.
Okay.
When LeBron was the leader of his team, he dominated the regular season.
Yes.
He's a very dominant regular season player.
Yes.
Because he has the most points all time in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the playoffs, as the number one guy, he got smoked by San Antonio Spurs. When all 3.5 of his rings were Robin rings. Let's just state facts. What did Dallas do when they game planned against him to shut him down, and who had to? They shut him down in 2011. KD just busted his ass going 1-on-1.
Mhm.
That was his assignment,
Well,
and
I mean,
he got
you know.
smoked in two straight finals.
Mhm.
So I'm just. It's just like I got this dude to admit that he hates Kobe.
Well,
So
you know.
y'all just. I don't know why y'all just let this dude go from show to show, crying, bitching, and moaning about retarded shit when he's just speaking on emotion, not speaking facts. That's why I won't. He don't want to debate me. But I'm gonna just say this.
Mhm.
You gotta understand. There's no Batman and Robin with a dynamic duo.
Correct.
It's 1-2.
Mhm.
It's just idiots can't comprehend that when you just want to push a narrative that you're biased about one thing. That I don't like this dude, so I'm just gonna pick and choose some crap to say about him because I don't got no substance in my argument.
Right.
So I'm just gonna say, oh, he's a Robin. I'm only counting 2. Well, I'll take that argument too. Well, he still got 2 more rings as a leader than LeBron did in his whole damn career. Because he had Hall of Fame. He had Hall of Famers 2 and 3 on his roster, and even his role players made the damn Hall of Fame. So I don't want to hear that crap.
Right.
2, I don't care. This bag argument is this is his new school. It's all about skill to get the ball in the basket. I agree with him on that. That is the object of the game. Get the ball in the hoop. In my opinion, yeah, he's the most efficient scorer in the NBA because 90% of his buckets was in the paint. So give him that. However, at the end of the day, everybody plays to win.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to it, his style of play does not win. It is proven. When it comes down to crunch time, yes, you went 10 straight times. You dominated your conference. Kudos to that.
8 straight, 10 total. But yeah.
Well, 8 straight, 10 total.
Right.
Correct. But out of those 8 straight, you won 3 of them. That is low percentage. Because let me ask you this, Bruce.
Okay.
If I call myself a Mac A, and I talk to 10 straight females and I strike out 7 times, am I a player or am I a simp?
Yeah, it doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound
great.
But it's
good, but it's okay it's okay
mm-hmm.
It's okay to push this idiotic narrative that, oh, this dude is just so damn great. He's such a winner. He got the most playoff points. He got the most this, that. But at the end of the day, what did it amount to? Not a damn near nothing. Just something to put on your wall.
I'm not going to say nothing, but it is interesting to me how, and I've said it a million times, how the losing gets glossed over. I can't figure that out. But regardless, though, I think the bigger point was, and I don't know if you heard the segment we were doing. Well, this segment here.
I was going to touch on the line.
Yeah. Let's get to that. Let's get to that so we can get Nino in and then go on to the next. Let's get to that.
Yeah, it's funny how if you want to, as the old saying go, don't prove everybody that you a fool by opening up your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
you're on your podcast basically talking shit about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's funny because they hear this dude, and I give all the credit in the world to Steve Nash. He's trying to hold it in, but you can see on his face.
Look, Nash getting paid, man. He's like, just keep the checks coming.
So, yeah, he's holding it in. He's holding it in because he's getting his back. But you can see the look on his face that he's trying his damnness to put on his front. Because there's not one father in the world that's not going to talk to. If they feel that their kid is not performing well, they're going to do one or two things. They're either going to talk to their kid or they're going to talk to the coach. but they're not going to just sit down and not do nothing.
Right.
That is a proven fact. It don't matter. I use Carmelo as an example. He didn't run to the coach when he felt like his kid needed to improve. He took the matter in his own hand. He talked to his kid and he worked with his kid.
He sure
Parents
did.
are going to fucking do it. Do something. His method through his life. He's the one that came out and said what he said, that his son was better than half of the guys in the NBA. He's the one that pulled the strings that got him on the McDonald's All-American when he didn't deserve it. He's the one that pulled him out of college prematurely because he wanted to have that father-son moment in the NBA.
Correct.
He's the one that did all that. He's the one that did all that. And he have the nerve to get on there and say what he said in that clip. And that, like, the dudes, and anybody that defends that shit is like Q said earlier, you're either a woman or you're a man pretending to be a woman. You got a mangina. Because a real, I ain't gonna say the N-word, but real one, I ain't gonna accept that bullshit. I ain't gonna accept that crap. Because you can't be a two-faced lying dude that's sitting at the table with real ones.
Fair enough.
We can't eat at the same table because we don't speak the same language. So I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go. It's just simple fact is, I say BANs flock together. BANs flock together. Real ones stay away because they don't want to catch no case knocking out a BAN. And I'm out.
I appreciate the call, brother. Appreciate the call. All right. Nino, last one on this topic, man. Go ahead, call in, Nino. We want to hear from you, bro. Xavier Hernandez, man. Amazing how you LeBron fans, and I know you're one because I can see it from your comments. Amazing how y'all go straight to the whataboutism altar. Boop, boop, boop. What about Jordan? What about? All right, come on, cut that out, man. Like your boy Young Disciple said, we talking about Bron here, right? Now I could dismantle all that, but I don't even have time to do it. Nino, what's good, man?
Man, Bruce. Yeah.
What up?
Hey, like, listen, Bruce.
What's up, brother?
The man just said, are you usually good with correcting people? I don't know if you just trying to get on. I got to correct one thing.
Go for it.
The man just said that if they child is playing bad, every parent would correct him and talk to the coach. And you said,
Well,
now,
the reason
that to be a fact?
Hold on. The reason that what's his name? The reason that Laker Nation said that is because Laker Nation deals with I don't know if you've seen his show. He deals with junior athletics on a regular basis. He coaches and all that. So he deals with a lot of parents and a lot of young players. That's why he's speaking to that, right? That's why I was like, Now, does that mean that I'm saying in every single case that's going to happen? No, because like Laker Nation said, Melo didn't do that, right? When he saw his son get jerked from McDonald's All-America, he didn't call the people, and he actually said that on his show when he was like, I didn't call anybody. I could have done that, right? He didn't do that. When he saw his son getting what he felt was jerked, he just took him out and he said, "Hey, put the work in," right? So not everyone is going to move like that, but Laker Nation was speaking to what he knows being in that arena, dealing with a lot of talented young athletes.
But you made my point. You just made my point because D-Wade did it. Is that make D-Wade wrong? Because D-Wade moved his child.
Wait, D-Wade did what?
So
What did he do?
He moved his son got into it with the coach, and he moved his son, took him to a different school in high school.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
So what I'm saying, that's a fact.
Out of Sierra Canyon, you are absolutely right, Nino.
So what I'm saying is what I said about the getting Bronny on. Everybody parents different. That's why when you said the point to your point, hey, my son ain't make it, and whatever, I won't do that. And I'm like, Bruce gotta be true, but that's your style of parenting. You know what I'm saying? I just want to touch on that.
No doubt.
Now, to this bag point, I couldn't take it no more. What is we describing as a bag, Bruce? Is people saying LeBron don't got a bag? And you know what they do? Most of them,
offensive scoring package.
They go to 2011.
But so I'm not even. Oh my gosh, I'm not even just talking about 2011. But we've watched this dude for 23 years, and 2 years ago he got a reliable jump shot. 2 years ago. When we talk about
2 years
bag,
ago?
I'm gonna say when we talk about bag, we're talking about scoring, offensive scoring package. That is what people mean when they say bag. Kyrie got a bag. Kobe had a bag. Michael Jordan has a bag. Bird had a bag. Dream had a bag. Right? That's bag. That's bag. Offensive
I'm trying to
scoring
get on the thing.
package.
Dream had a bag. So you saying he can score from the post, the mid range, the three, all of that? That's what you telling me.
Okay, so
Let's break it down now. That's what we got to do for the people. We got to get some. We got to keep saying, "Bro, ain't got a bag. This person ain't got a bag."
all right, so here's the
gotta
deal,
break this
right?
stuff down.
Here's the deal. So let me say this based on where Dream operated within the scope of his offense, right? At the end, and where centers operated within the scope of their offense at the time that Dream was playing, Dream absolutely had a bag, and he would kill today, but that's a whole different thing. But yeah, he absolutely had a bag, right? Now, back then, were centers stepping out shooting threes? Only extremely rarely, right? So we didn't get a chance to see that. Although, according to Kenny Smith, he used to knock down threes, but not the point. But
I believe.
yeah, right. But yeah, Dream absolutely had a bag. Why do you think people go to him to learn how to do stuff? Because he had a bag.
No, but see the context you said. He from the spot that he operated in. His bag was prolific. You couldn't stop him from the spot he operated in. That was his bag.
Mm-hmm.
What was Kobe's bag? His bread and butter bag was the MJ bag. When Kobe get you that mid-range fashion, Kobe wasn't shooting a bunch of threes like that.
No,
but he could shoot the three.
But that also was part of the game back then. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta do context. Bron didn't come in. So we're talking about Miami Heat, Bron.
Right.
Game 7, Bron with the Spurs, right? Did y'all see that? Y'all forgot it was a Game 7 when they beat the Spurs.
Yeah. No. And I've always given LeBron credit for after Ray Allen saved him for going and having a great Game 7. We had like 34, 35 in that game. 37. He played really well in Game 7. I've never not given him credit for that. But and we're not. This is not the point of the topic. He doesn't even get there if Ray Allen doesn't do what he did. But not the point.
That's a fact. I don't argue. The point that I think people try to go to winning. I don't know why they keep associating winning with individual play anyway. I ain't got no debate about that versus winning. We talking about individuals having a bag. Okay. Now, they people bring up. I hate to do this because this ain't again. So I feel like Kobe had a major bag. If we talk about stuff that do the winning, it was a team that beat the Lakers when they had the best player in the league and probably the top 5 player in the league in the championship. You got to put that right onto the Mavericks now. What talk about letdown. What we talking about, Bruce?
Nino, I need you to be clear, man. Say what you got to say, man. We got to move on to these other topics. What's up? What are you specifically referring to?
The Pistons. When the Pistons beat Shaq and Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
The bag then, Kobe still had a bag. They just lost the game. So that don't refer to losing. We talking about individual play.
Right. I don't. What does bag have to do with winning and losing? That's not.
That's what you ain't been listening to. You didn't listen to your last call. You didn't listen to Opinion Stated.
No,
and you didn't listen to the Laker Nation.
No. So listen. My thing is, winning is not part of the bag. Having a bag can lead to winning, but winning is not part of the bag. You see what I'm saying? It works one way, not the other. That's what I'm saying.
You didn't say that, Bruce. You didn't say that. I agree with what you said.
That's what I've been saying. Because remember when Edward was asking, is winning part of the bag? And I was like, no, winning is not part of the bag. Having a bag can facilitate more winning, though. I'm pretty sure that's what you said too, though.
No. To Nino's point,
okay.
Young Bible was like, the bag was unnecessary. What is it? What's the point? Like, what? I was like, no. Kobe's bag. He said, what did Kobe's bag do for him? Kobe's bag helped them win 5 championships. That's what his bag did. So is winning a part of your bag? No, but the bag leads to some things. When you're making a comparison to other players, bro, and greats, you're going to compare me and Bruce as basketball players. Anybody who's watching this pod or listening to this pod should be able to understand this point, bro. If you're going to compare us as basketball players, and I'm known for being able to shoot from the outside, right, from beyond the three. I'm known for being able to shoot from the mid-range. Anywhere around the inside perimeter, I can knock down a jump shot. I can score my back to the basket in the post, up and under moves, fade away, what have you. I can score in transition, handling the ball with both hands without turning over and laying the ball up. And all Bruce can do, effectively, mind you, is score with his back to the basket with a sky hook a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. When you compare us as basketball players, I am a more skilled basketball player than Bruce, even though Bruce might be more effective at putting the ball, objective of the game, putting the ball in the hoop. To say that is not disrespectful to Bruce. He's just not as good a basketball player as me. But he can score the ball. Just because you score the ball don't make you good. It's weird. You can score, bro, because you're close to the basket, but you don't have a bag. You don't have a bag.
Like Shaq is one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant. Would we say he had a bag? No.
If I can stop you from scoring that one way that you can score, you can't score anymore. But me, I can score in a multitude of ways. You're not stopping me. Or you're going to have a hard time trying to stop me because I have a bag. That's the point of talking about the bag. Anything else is moot. Once you start talking about stats and all that shit, it's like you're trying to inject things into us, the conversation about bag that have nothing to do with us saying, man, he has a limited offensive ability, which he actually does. Did that matter to him scoring a shit ton of points? No, it didn't.
Right. Two things can be true.
It's false. Then he's limited.
Excuse me.
I'm saying this though, Bruce. When you go to after 2011, now I give you that because they did the same thing when they zoned up and forced them to take them jumpers. When you go back after that, when he played Durant and the Spurs after that, even the losses against Golden State, y'all telling me y'all didn't see a bag? I'm trying to get to understand. That's what I really want. That's the question I really want to know.
Nino, I'm gonna tell you, maybe I need to go back and watch, but no, I don't see that. And honestly, I still don't see a bag for LeBron. Although I must admit, in the last few years, his jump shot has gotten much more reliable. But no bag.
But this the last his bag ever been because he old and he's slow. Y'all, he's slow. He's very old and slow.
All right.
But I'm gonna say this though, Bruce. We're gonna lead it to you. I agree with your original point. So y'all don't go teaching it to the youth. The bag is the last thing. Listen to Bruce. The bag is the last thing. Because I wish Wendy didn't have a bag. Go under there and do layups and jump hooks. Please, Wendy. He could go. He could average 50. I'm going to leave with that. Shout out to Bruce, man. Shout out to y'all.
All right, Nino. Man, I appreciate the call, brother. Take it easy, man. Thank you.